SCA Minhag of the Week, Life Cycles. We're up to the Ketubah. The Ketubah is the marriage contract. And what is that marriage contract exactly? Basically, it is a contract by the husband to his wife, promising to her that he will care for her. He will clothe her, he will feed her, he will put a roof over her head, he'll take care of her. And it's a promise that he will contractually fulfill these obligations, and if, God forbid, in the event of divorce, that he will pay her. And let's deal with that amount of payment. Payment is a standard amount, and in this community has been for decades that the amount was always in fives. Generally, let's say $5,555 for a wealthier person, $55,555, etc. in that manner. It was always a number in fives, and many other synagogues or communities that came from outside of Halab and joined the community here in New York have followed suit and do the same thing as well. But now, the Ketubah, we think about it today as a major ceremony. You know, before the wedding ceremony, everybody's like, what time's the Ketubah? What time's the Ketubah? Are you going to be at the Ketubah? Are you going inside to see the Ketubah? It was never like that before. The Ketubah was a very private issue. It was basically the Hacham, the rabbi, and the witnesses, which generally were other rabbis, together with the bride and groom, their parents, and the siblings of the bride and groom. And that was it. There was nobody else that was invited to come in. No friends, no aunts, no uncles, no marchers. Nobody was there. It wasn't done in the wedding hall or in the reception room, with whole fanfare and, the rabbi standing up and explaining line by line, point by point. There was, photographer or videographer making a whole big thing about it. There was no singing afterwards. It was a very, very simple thing, generally done in the rabbi's office, most of the time even done standing up, and that was it. There was really not a big deal at all. The Hacham would have a form of the Ketubah. He would fill in the blanks, as opposed to the old days where there was no pre-printed ketubot, and you had a special sofer, a scribe of the Beit Din, that would write up a specific and exact ketubah at time and place. Nowadays, there's a form that's been used already for the last almost 100 years, where the Hacham would have everything. He would fill in the name of the city, which is by which body of water, fill in the names of the bride, the name of the groom, and the amount of money that we discussed. And at the end of it, the rabbi would basically contractually obligate the Hatan, the groom, by having him shake with a handkerchief per se, or a pen, or something that has some sort of value to it, and that would be called a kinyan sudar. And you'd have witnesses there, they would witness it, and they would sign that they witnessed the Hatan agreeing to what was written in the Ketubah. And that was it. And in the old days, you didn't always have the Hatan sign the Ketubah. It was enough that the witnesses signed it, that they witnessed this happen, and he didn't have to sign. Nowadays, it's also become standard that the Hatan also signs the Ketubah. And like we said, it's just showing his obligations to his wife, and if, God forbid, in the case of divorce, it would have the amount of money that he would pay her. Now, we do see in many other communities, mainly Ashkenazi communities, they take the Ketubah and they frame it and they hang it up in the wall of the newlywed couple. This goes really against the grain of our beliefs. We try to bring positive energy and hope into our homes. So hanging up a Ketubah that talks about, in very, very usually large numbers, okay, or larger fonts, if you will, on the Ketubah, how much he's going to pay her in the case of divorce is not a positive thing. So we don't hang it up. We basically hide it away. The Ketubah is generally given to the mother of the bride, put it away for safekeeping, and God willing, it will never have to come out for any purpose whatsoever. We only wish congratulations and good will and good cheer, mabruk, to the bride, to the groom, and all the families involved. Mabruk.